Lo-Fi Lee on Retro TV, and I'm at Don Hill's nightclub backstage with Rhythm Bound. I'd like to welcome you guys to Retro TV. Let's go around and introduce yourselves to the viewing audience.
I'm Jeff, drummer.
Yeah, Rich Hopkins, vocalist.
Tom Hopkins, upright bass.
Brian, guitar.
All right, and this is Brian's first gig at the Retro Music Extravaganza with the band. So welcome to the band and welcome to the show, Brian.
Welcome, Brian. Welcome to the band. Yeah, we're
You hit big time, Brian.
Yeah, we're excited tonight. Yeah, we're real excited that Brian's with us. I think it's going to be a great show.
New and improved band. New and improved.
Yeah, I'm really excited about having you guys here. I really enjoyed seeing you guys play at the R Bar last year. I thought you guys were really pretty amazing, and I was really impressed. Rich, you got a lot of presence and really, really good vocals, and I think you recall a little bit of the young Elvis yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the stuff I grew up on, like you, I'm sure, and that's probably the highest compliment you can give me. So thank you. But the stuff that we really like to sound like is the early Sun stuff. I mean, that's the main. You can't have rockabilly without doing your homework and listening to that. Going back to those days.
Going round and round from the USA to the big city to head into your town. Don't call the doctor what you need is more. Get off your ass and hit the floor. I knew it out in Texas, San Diego, you talk me straight people, coast to coast, everywhere they play. Now 100 degrees. gonna change it. Come on, Dad, just one more dance. Let's go. Start rocking. All night in the Itchies, sing about every girl is out rocking, rocking. Every girl is out rocking.
Rich, tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into rockabilly music and what brought you to being rhythm bound.
Well, obviously, again, you know, Elvis is the main figure. Probably since I was 12, listening to Elvis. And then Dad had a few Carl Perkins records, believe it or not, around the house. My father's a big Johnny Cash fan, as Jeff's father, and we just grew up on it. And then I went further, saw it was on Sun Records, saw some compilations, and got the Elvis Sun sessions, and that's what started me.
It's a great box
I think
set.
Tom, you know, through the walls in the house and picked it up.
Bedroom,
As,
yeah.
as my younger brother, you know, I taught him well, and he turned around and taught me some things, you know. I wouldn't be in the band without Tom. It's great to play with, you know, family.
Checkers and dominoes, you know me, we had a whole time. It goes alright, baby, baby, you can do no wrong. Checkers and dominoes, overtime. Little please, it's alright. Baby, baby, you know
Rich, not to give you a hard time or anything, but I understand you're a little bit hard on yourself as a performer. I happen to think you're one of the best rockabilly performers right now in the New York scene. What are you doing being so hard on yourself? Why don't you have a good time?
Yeah, I'm going to learn to relax. I mean, the more we play, the more comfortable I feel. I guess it goes back to being a perfectionist. But, you know, we have some great gigs. People are dancing, they have a good time. That's what matters. You know, when I look out and see the people.
Yeah, once the first song starts, that all goes away, and then it comes out. You know?
Yeah, I think
but
it's
everybody has their jitters. I mean, I remember playing in a band with him, and I was playing electric bass, and I was up in the bathroom half the time before, and it was like nothing to worry about. There's 5 people at downtime.
Right.
And it's just, you know, it comes with experience, you know.
Yeah.
So just get out there more times.
Yeah, it's still like Tom and Jeff, they've been doing it for a while. Now I'm a
Yeah.
newcomer to this.
Yeah, I was really surprised though when I saw you at our bar, and I was just like, Tom, man, your brother is so great. Where is he? I want to go tell him how great he was. Nah, he went home, man. He was really depressed. You know, he didn't think he was any good. I was like, what the hell? I mean, just send him to a shrink, baby. You know, I mean, the fucking guy is amazing. He's really talented, and you know, I guess that's good. You know, I think it's you have a lot of performers who go out there and they just kind of throw it away and they don't really give a damn. And
Yeah, same thing.
Super nervous before his performances, and he had thousands of screaming people, and he was so nervous he couldn't, you know, you wouldn't even the stories that his sidekicks, told now, they said he was so nervous. It was unbelievable. So, who knows?
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. If he can be nervous, I can be nervous. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you do a great job. You really do. So, go out there and have a good time tonight.
So I'm gonna do it. Well, I've got the man. He's got the face. The rest of the boys are gonna keep their pace. So come on, and get gone. Some folks like to rock, some cats like to roll, but I just want my rockabilly baby. Leave me all alone. Come on, get on. One more, man.
For coming down to the show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is Lo-Fi Lee for Retro TV. I want to thank my guests, Rhythm Bound, for coming down to the show, and we'll see you Saturday night at Don Hill's for the Retro Music Extravaganza. This is Lo-Fi Lee on Retro TV. I'm sitting down at Don Hill's with Steve from the Itchies. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming down to the show.
Well, thanks for having us. We're looking forward to having a good night tonight.
You're going to have an excellent night. I'm sorry that the rest of the band couldn't be here, but I'm glad that you could join me on Retro TV.
Yep, they're busy with a little charity work tonight, so they'll be down here shortly, helping out in the soup kitchen maybe.
Oh, is that right? So, Steve, tell me what you do in the band.
I'm the stage right guitarist. It's a 5-piece. We've got a left-hand guitarist, bass, vocals, and drum. So we're pretty traditional.
And where are you from?
From the Providence area. That's where the band's based out of. Happening little town up there.
The Itchies! All right, everybody. All right, I have a question for you. It's a Saturday night, and I like to ask this question once in a while. Do you like to party? A rock and roll party? So let's get it started. And it goes like this.
Tell me a little bit about the Itchies and how the band came together, and how you joined them and all that.
Started a couple years ago, 3.5 years ago. Time, Myself, and Story. The incarnation the band's in right now with Brian and Jay is about 2 years old, and that's really where the Itchies have taken some shape. And we've really started to try to focus on some of the entertaining, trashier sides of rock, which is better for the audience, than to stand there and play type thing, which is just okay by us. But it's not a can of soup, I guess. So we look to bands like the Phantom Surfers, high energy, good players, lots of entertainment value. Give the audience something back, have a good time on stage, include the audience in what you're doing, that kind of thing. So, and that's where we're going with it.
So the Itchies are a cross between kind of 60s garage and surf, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. That's two of our primary influences. There's the Dick Dale aspect of it, the father of it all, that pays respects, and look towards Billy Childish, the rougher side of more like the Headcoats and that type of thing to give up that pumped up energy, and the kind of the wild abandon. So that's what we're trying to go to.
Time to get into Twitchy. You guys are very good audience. Thanks some people for dancing out there. You guys are great. Muchas gracias.
The Itchies have an excellent single. I really like it. It's got this great sort of garagey lo-fi sound. How did you actually get that sound, and how was the single recorded?
Well, we tried a number of different places of recording and recording styles over the last year and a half, and we finally really realized that what we wanted to do was get the sound we have on stage, which we feel we can replicate that pretty much anywhere we go. So we went into a local studio, Millrat Studios with Tom Buckland, and put us all in the same room, put a couple of room mics in, and kind of turned us loose. The first take of Hot Rod Johnny, or the first cut, Hot Rod Johnny, was the first take we did, and we were really happy with it. We couldn't improve on it. The rest of the stuff was cut in a matter of an hour and a half or so, and it's just us, the amps, and a couple of mics, and I think if you come and hear us play and you listen to the song, that's what you're going to hear. You're not going to be, well, if you like it, you won't be disappointed, but there's no mixing, overdubs, or any, no overdubs, just a little bit of mixing to get things where we liked them, and that was the end of it. So it was straight up rock and roll, recorded the way they used to do it.
Well, you say it really one thing.
to say to New York City watching Retro TV?
We just love Greater Metropolitan New York. What can I say? You know, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right. The Itchies. Come see them soon. This is Lo-Fi Lee on Retro TV. Good night. Cool.
All
That's
right.
good, yeah.
That was all right.
Yeah, very good.